Hey, everybody, it's Tony Veroeven. Again, here we are. I'm here with Derek Rector, and we wanted to have a little chat today about our principles and the principles about what makes an online community successful. And today we're talking about how every party needs a host. You would not have a party and then not show up for it. Say, hey, everybody, just show up, grab a beverage, and just, I'm going to go to the gym, right? You would not do that.
Well, that idea comes from a place of truth because I did have a party one time and then I left for an hour because something came up with a client, right?
Well,
And,
so did
and,
they
and it
figure
just
it out or how did it go?
no, it didn't go well. People left,
Okay.
right? And some close friends stuck around, but people that weren't as close were a bit confused
Right.
and some of them left, right? And so it hit me. It hit me, right? And we'll get to this as we go a little bit further on. But every party needs a host, yes, obviously, but every party also needs hosts, plural.
Okay.
So,
So when we talk
right,
about a party, like,
what's the
okay,
difference?
you show ding dong, right? Who answers the door? Is it the host? Maybe, but maybe, maybe the host needs to, well, first of all, when you host a party, you know, you got to greet people. You got to show them where the
Right,
coolers are or where the refrigerator is or the garage fridge. I don't know if that's the thing. We have that in the Midwest, right?
right.
Got a garage
Yep.
fridge, right? And so where is everything? Where's the bathrooms? All the typical stuff when you show up at somebody else's house. Where is stuff? What's going on? Who's here? Hey, everybody, it's John. We know them through work or whatever, right?
Right, right. And you might arrive and the host has just greeted somebody else and they're showing them to the cooler, right? And then you come in right behind them. So who is greeting you? Are you
Yeah.
standing there,
Oh,
by
I got to go
yourself?
run to the
Or
grill. I got to get the burgers off, or I got to run to the oven and get something out. Will you answer the door? Well, who does that? Right?
exactly,
We
exactly.
sometimes we say those are like closer friends. Like sometimes we call them, and I didn't invent
Is
this term, but this the
is
people
this a
with
Wisconsin thing? Is this a
no.
Wisconsin
This
thing?
is
No.
well, maybe, but I learned this from like there's a psychologist out there that talks about people with refrigerator rights, having close relationships with people with refrigerator rights,
Right,
and that really basically means like your refrigerator rights people are the people who go to your fridge and grab something out of there without having to ask you, right? We all have those people that maybe you don't want them to go, but right, your friend, your kids' friends,
but they've
close
been
close
around.
friends.
They've been
Yeah.
around long enough that they are trusted, or at least they feel that they're trusted or entitled to just go into the fridge, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, those are the people that when you're having a party can be really, really helpful because they spread out that work of hosting people, making them feel welcome, making sure that they, you know, have something to eat, something to drink, that they are being introduced to people that they might get along with or find interesting. That nobody is a wallflower, nobody's standing still. You can't do that alone, right? Like
Right.
you need help. So you need hosts. And what does this have to do with association communities? Everything, right? Most associations at this point understand they need a community manager, but not much thought is given to the fact that you need hosts, you need additional. There's the host who's the community manager,
Right.
but they need help. They need
Because
hosts, right?
don't so many associations just say, "Oh, now we've got a community. Let's give this to the membership manager or the membership team, and like they will run this community and they will build it up and we'll build it and everybody will
Right,
come."
right.
Right? That's how it usually is done.
And then it doesn't happen. And you look at the team at that association and staff, everybody from the CEO and the CFO throughout the organization, membership, people are posting on LinkedIn, yet they're not actually posting in the association's own community. They aren't responding to people's posts. They aren't responding to people's questions. Somehow it's the job of that one person who's been
Right.
designated community
Yeah.
manager.
Why shouldn't the executive director or the chief operating officer or the VP of membership or ever, the sponsorship manager. Why shouldn't they be on your community posting and helping run the party?
Exactly. I would even go so far as to say that, if you think about your conference, there's an event planner, right? And but there's also somebody who is perceived to be the host, right? It could be the executive director is gonna give a presentation, just before the keynote or just after the keynote. Shouldn't that person maybe also be positioned as the host of the community and really be present? Again, that's different from the event planner. The event planner is a manager. They are managing this thing, right? And this distinction. There's the community manager who is got to manage it. They've got to take care of logistics. You think about it, all of the same things that a really great event planner has to do,
Yeah.
they have to do the digital equivalent, except instead of a 1 week event or a 1 day event, this is a rolling event that never ever actually really ends. But you still need all of the same organizational skills, the marketing skills, the management skills, the sort of corralling and herding skills, right, to get the rest of the team, the association team, engaged as hosts. That person really, really needs to do all of that. And while they're doing all of that, how can they possibly make sure that members are being directed to the right kinds of resources, to the right kinds of people, to the right vendors, right? To the right thought leadership pieces and so on. The point I'm trying to make is that this is multiple roles, not just a single community manager, right?
Exactly. I think we want to make the point that, all right, we want to establish it's not a siloed one person's job to be a community manager and make your community successful, right? So who are the people that are the hosts? Is it just staff? No, it's not just the community manager who could be, a dedicated person or dedicated membership team. It's not, or the sponsorship team. It's not just those people. It should be volunteers too. Your board should be on there, right? They should be participating, because when it comes down to looking at the success of the community, if your volunteers aren't participating, well, what are we doing here? Right?
Right.
You got to have your volunteers, you got to have your committee leads, you got to have all the different parts and pieces, your certification people, your sponsorship team, your all of your people that are in the education or into the meat of your your high-end experts, your high-end subject matter experts, right? Don't you want those people participating? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And this isn't just an idea. We've seen it work this way, right? Like
We know a few things.
We know a few things. We've seen this work. We've seen what happens when the board members and the experienced committee members, and some of the thought leaders in this space are actually engaged. And that doesn't mean just posting a lot of stuff, but it does mean, they're engaged. We've seen what it means when that happens, and we've seen what it means when they aren't. And the only conclusion that we could draw is that every party needs hosts.
I think let's leave it at that. I think that's a great. Hopefully, we stuck the landing. We always aim to do that.
We might have that time.
I think that's a great place to stop. I think there's more here. Let's do something in the next video where we talk a little bit more about what those volunteers do, and then what the community manager, singular, does to quarterback or host and direct all of the things together. I kind of was making a joke earlier before we started of like the puppet strings. It's the person conducting everything, right? So anyway.
That's right. And how do they keep track of and corral the hosts? All of the other people that you just described that need to be, leading the community, just the same way that they're leading an actual conference, an event.
You got it. You got it. All right, Derek, thanks so much for the time. I think we'll leave it at that, and we'll see you guys all the next video.